Hey everybody, welcome aboard the ScudRunners.com Scudcast. On today's episode, we're going to talk to you about training bonds. Are they legal? What the hell is a training bond anyway? Can I break a training bond? Should I sign one? So let's get right into it. Are training bonds legal? Absolutely. They are a legally binding contract. And if you sign one, you are bound by the terms and conditions of that contract. So you're a pilot, you're probably not that smart, but you became a pilot. You lament and you say, oh, I should have gone to law school and been a little bit more productive with my life. So take a moment before you sign a training bond and take it down to a smart person, known as a lawyer, and have them go through the contract and have them outline your rights and your obligations with regards to that contract that you're about to sign. Have I signed a training bond? Absolutely. I've signed several over my career, and they're pretty straightforward. They work like this. The company says we're going to spend, as an example, $12,000 training you, and you need to stick around and fly for my company for 12 months. And if you leave anytime prior to the expiration of the contract date, as of 12 months, you will owe the remainder or a prorated amount of money to the company. So as an example of that, with our example of 1 year and $12,000, if I was to leave after 6 months, I'd owe the company $6,000 to get out of my training contract. Now, there have been some extraordinary cases out there where people have, quote unquote, got away without a training bond. And the one that I've seen quoted on several websites is a case that I'm going to post a link in the description or a link to in the forum post that this is going to go up on, is a case out in Ontario of a CRJ pilot that flew for Air Georgian who completed his training. And then after the fact, the company said, hey, we need you to sign a training bond. And he told them to get stuffed. And anyway, it's not quite that simple. But anyway, he had a union backing him, and he got away with it and didn't have to pay a training bond out when he left. Another one that keeps getting posted up there is kind of a counter narrative to that is out in British Columbia, Carson Air versus Langford, which in that case, the pilot in question didn't do so well in their training. They also flew without a valid medical, and there's a bunch of other things going on there. That one's a real train wreck if you start reading right through it there from top to bottom. So there are ways, and that one was enforced, and the person owed $24,000, I think it was, to Carson Air after she was let go from her position as a first officer on a Citation Encore. And in that case, she was making $45,000 per year, and the judge ruled that she owed $24,000 to Carson Air. In that case, can you imagine that, living in Kelowna or Vancouver? I think it might have even been in Vancouver, making 45 grand per year. Wow. And having to pay out $23,000 in a legal judgment. So yeah, there are a number of different things to consider before you sign that training bond. And of course, it's one of those things where I've signed them before, and I've always fulfilled my terms of the conditions of the bond. I know one guy who had worked for a company for years and went upstairs and talked to the employer about a year after signing his latest training bond. And the operator said, hey, no, you worked for this company for 10 years. You've been a great asset to us, and, answered the phone whenever we needed you. Don't worry about the last year of your contract or payout. And that's the way I wish aviation was like. But we're our own worst enemies. Pilots are their own mercenaries, and especially nowadays with times becoming really, really lucrative in aviation, where there is an actual pilot shortage. Operators are going to try and cover their ass more and more with training bonds to keep pilots on staff, because the lure of hopping over to an airline or some big operation for the big bucks, and not living in Fort St. Lake something or other in northern Canada is going to be slightly less appealing than living in Edmonton, maybe Toronto. Anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. So there's going to be more and more. This is going to come up in the forums, but I'm going to post a link to this video, and I'm going to post a forum post regarding all this and some of the different case laws involved in training bonds. So thanks for being with us today. Let's get the discussion going there. Come on over to scudrunners.com forum. There is absolutely no advertising on our forum. So if you're sick and tired of aviation forums with pop-up ads everywhere, ads all over their websites, we don't have any of that. Just come on by, talk about aviation, keep it clean, no personal attacks. I've nuked the political forum. Let's just talk about airplanes and have a good time. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe to this channel. Be safe out there, everybody.